Welcome to the closing act. I'm Christine Blanchette, and today I have two very special guests. Deborah, or Deb Wainwright, who is an award-winning writer, director, and producer, and accomplished producer and executive producer, is Laurie Case. And they're here today to talk about their documentary, Doppelganger, which I am really fascinated, face to face. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you have such a tremendous background. And is there anything I missed?
I don't think so.
No, but I'm really excited, and congratulations on your documentary. And what, for those who may not know, what is Doppelganger?
Want me to take this one, Laurie?
Go for it.
Well, a doppelganger is it's actually a German word. It's an old word that was used a lot in literary circles, and it means your second self or your double. It's in the past, it was a bad omen. If you saw your doppelganger, it meant that you might be having a psychotic breakdown or something bad was happening. Your death was inevitable. So it started off in literature, and then eventually we've sort of changed the topic. We've made doppelganger, humanity have made doppelganger more just someone who looks just like you. Not necessarily you're out of body seeing yourself. You're seeing someone who looks remarkably like you, but is not at all related to you. And that's I think what has everyone so interested in doppelgangers these days.
I mean, it's so fascinating, that there's someone else there who looks like you. And could it be like 10 people?
Yeah, I mean, there's a thought of whoever they are, say there could be as many as 5 or 7 people on the planet who look just like us. And if you think about it, it's sort of there's only so much DNA to go around. There's only so much genetic material to go around. And so if you shuffle it up and dole it out, eventually you're going to get matches. That's basically that's my biological, my scientific explanation for how it happens. But my education is not in that area. So don't take my word for it.
No, but it's like based on I understand, a 22 study, and was that the inspiration behind for the documentary?
Yeah. Back in 2022, there was a group of researchers in Spain who actually work at a cancer research center, and they had done a research study with lookalikes, unrelated lookalikes, because they were interested to see what can they learn medically, what can help us in our understanding of medical conditions by understanding people who look alike but are not physically, are not related, biologically related. And they did find some similarities and some DNA matches, but it was an incredibly small group study in terms of academic rigor. I think they only had 35 people, or 32 people, 16 pairs. So not a huge group, but enough to make the scientists say, there's something to learn here. And that study itself caught the attention of a lot of people. It caught the attention of newspapers all over the world. It was, they were interviewed on CNN, they were interviewed in BBC, CBC, and it was in people's Facebook feeds. It was just everywhere. And Laurie and I started to think, well, why this little study? Why is it, raised the attention of so many people? What's going on there?
I remember so clearly it being in my feed, and I was just immediately triggered. I want to go look. I'm studying faces, and I had never thought about it before either. Like, what is that that's so interesting? It doesn't necessarily mean that's what I was searching for, but there is something really fascinating about that, like just studying it and understanding what might bring them together. Because, there was some images of doppelganger pairs together, and you do want to study it. You do want to look at it. You do want to understand, well, how did they even find each other? So,
and you kind of want to make the judgment, right? You kind of want to say, they don't look that similar, or holy moly, they look so similar. You want to make the judgment for yourself. So you can't help but click.
Yes, I mean, and what was the process like? Like, how did you? Was it 2 years? Like, how? Tell us.
2 years, that'd been great.
That would have been fabulous.
Yeah. I think we got our green light in December or January, and we're airing tomorrow. So
Oh my goodness.
it was a pretty quick process for us, but yeah, we had an amazing team, and one of our co-producers, who's not here today, was really instrumental in helping us with sort of the search, because how do you find them? There's lots of people searching, but then you're looking for the other half of it, and so we tried multiple different avenues, but in the end we found 3 pairs that were it was just like it was meant to be. Like the 3 pairs that we ended up with in the film are a really great kind of diverse representation of who's searching and why.
Mm-hmm. I mean, how does it make you feel like, you're connecting people like they're not related, but they look the same? And, and my second question is, was there any surprises? Like, wow, I didn't know this, because there's a lot of research involved.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was surprised to see how many people are out there searching. There are websites out there, millions of people are out there searching. And what we did was, it was our co-producer who really sort of dug down deep. She found people who had sort of discovered that there's someone else out there, but they hadn't yet met. And so we had the lovely opportunity to bring these people face to face and see what happens. So I think it was a happy thing to be able to do. They were all very excited and a little bit nervous about doing that, because they had to all travel to meet their person, because the person could be anywhere in the world. And so that was fun and delightful. And I think the other thing that surprised us was, and I think it surprised some of our seekers too, that they had sort of, they thought of it as a lark. Oh, I'm just going to go and see if there's anyone who looks like me. But when they drilled down, when they thought about it a little more deeply, they discovered that there was something missing, a human-sized hole in their life that they were trying to fill.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, it was much more emotional in the end than any of us predicted. I think that was the sort of most surprising piece for me, that we, thought we were looking at this phenomenon in a way that was just interesting and intriguing, but it ended up being so genuine. These connections were so genuine and emotional, and that was surprising for the seekers too. Surprising to us, but surprising for them.
Mm-hmm. When you say genuine, it's like it makes you want to find that person that looks like you. So I would think that the next question I have is, what do you want people to take away from the documentary?
Oh, that's a really good question. And I don't think I've thought that through.
Yeah, I did think about that this morning. Like, it just feels like the kind of thing we need to see right now. There's just a lot going on in the world. There's a lot of negativity, obviously a lot of division. And we do kind of get into that a little bit in the film. This sort of like the phenomenon, or our sort of embracing of the phenomenon, isn't new. It's kind of a cyclical thing in society. And so what's going on in the world right now does sort of drive us to want to look to stories of connection. And so I think, watching it, you're going to just have a really fun experience. You're going to feel good after watching it. And I think that's the kind of thing we need right now.
Yeah, Laurie's right. One of the things that we learned in our research with wonderful Adam Golub, who's a scholar who studies doppelgangers, he's in the film. He talked about how it goes in waves. Like Laurie said, it's cyclical. We have these periods of a spike in interest in the idea of a second self or a double, an unrelated twin out there. And it comes when we're feeling polarized, and it comes when we're feeling afraid, and particularly afraid of technology. And this, I mean, that's the world right now. We've felt isolated, we felt afraid, we feel, very divided, put in our own pigeonholes, and we long connection. And the idea of somebody out there who we can connect with instantly is really appealing, because even if there's nothing else similar about us, we have this one thing that we will connect over. And I think it makes us feel comforted.
Yes. And I have to ask you, have you found yours?
Well,
Or
you used to see Deb's on TV all the time.
Yeah, I get, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Let me just turn that off. I apologize. Laurie, you tell her you're a doppelganger.
We'll wait for your phone to stop ringing.
No, I don't know why it's calling. Nobody ever phones anymore.
But it happened. It happened for you.
Like you have a phone hanging on the wall.
That would be so funny if I had, hello, and it was, a 1970s rotary dial phone.
Deb's doppelganger is Leslie Knope from Parks and Rec.
I was told that I look like Amy Poehler, but I don't think it is Amy Poehler. I think it's her character from Parks and Rec that people see a similarity with me. Probably my organizational skills and my girl guideness. But but no, I have never sought out my doppelganger, and nor have I met her.
Yeah. And mine was interesting because right as we were starting the search, a friend of mine came back from traveling in Italy, and she was on a hike or something for several days. And she came back saying, I met your doppelganger, like before she knew we were even working on this. And we did do a reach out, and not everybody wants to meet their doppelganger. So she was very like, I think I'm okay. So we never did meet.
Yeah, she didn't feel that you looked similarly, but
the pictures that we had, like I kind of said, oh yeah, I can kind of see it, but she didn't see the same connection. And who knows, because my friend had spent so much time with her. She said it was her mannerisms, it was the way she spoke. So it wasn't necessarily just looks, but she was kind of taking in everything she knew about me and sort of assessing it against this woman. And I would have been fascinated just to kind of have made that connection, but
we kind of like the idea of having everyone on the crew meet their doppelganger. We thought that would have been
fun. Yeah.
Yes. Well, no, maybe next time, you don't, people change their minds, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's airing tomorrow, right?
Correct.
And
it's airing on CBC main network tomorrow, but it's also being launched tomorrow on GEM, and it'll be on that's the CBC streamer, the free streamer, and it'll be. I actually think it might be going up today. Laurie, is it going up today?
No, I think it's
anyway, tomorrow, and then it'll be on until the end of time.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Oh, wonderful! Because I'm thinking, for viewers or listeners. Want to catch it. So is there anything else you'd like to add?
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
And let us know if you want to see more, because we think there's sort of something beyond this. There could be a series beyond this, that we would love to explore, so.
Yes. So stay tuned for more, right? That could be great to have a crew.
Let us know if you find let us know if you find your doppelganger.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. No, I will. And, thank you so much for your time. And
for having us.
It was just, I'd like to have you come back.
Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely.
Thank you.